We start today with some major news from the war on drugs, or trying to end it, quite frankly. We've been waiting for this for a while. We thought it might happen. It's now moving forward. NBC News reports the Biden administration plans to reclassify marijuana, known to some as cannabis, easing restrictions nationwide. Cannabis is currently classified alongside heroin and LSD. The administration is expected to reschedule it in a category that includes steroids and Tylenol with codeine. We will talk about why this is such a major deal. There are a couple of caveats here, which we will discuss. But the bigger story here is that I just continue to be pleasantly surprised that Joe Biden is doing things in areas that, quite frankly, during the campaign, I didn't think he cared much about. When Joe Biden kind of paid lip service to student loan debt forgiveness during the campaign, I didn't feel as though this was something he genuinely cared about. And yet Joe Biden has done more student loan debt forgiveness than any president in history, and he's trying to do more, and he's only not able to do more to the extent that the Supreme Court stops him. I don't know whether he personally cares about it. It doesn't really matter. It's sort of like, listen, I think Trump personally is pro-choice, but now he's saying he's up for punishing the women again. Doesn't matter what you personally believe. What matters is how you govern, and we'll get to Trump and abortion in a moment. Similarly, I never really got the impression that Joe Biden was particularly concerned with cannabis and the war on drugs. But here we are. NBC News writes, the Biden administration will take an historic step, toward easing federal restrictions on cannabis, with plans to announce an interim rule soon, reclassifying the drug for the first time since the Controlled Substances Act was enacted more than 50 years ago. The reason that this is a big deal is it relates to legal and regulatory issues, medical issues, criminal justice, prisons and incarceration, so many different things. The DEA, back to the article, is expected to approve an opinion by the Department of Health and Human Services that marijuana should be reclassified from the strictest Schedule 1 to the less stringent Schedule 3. This would be the first time that the U.S. government officially acknowledges the potential medical benefits and starts studying them in earnest. A lot of this is about the fact that Schedule 1 means the most dangerous drugs with the greatest addictive potential and no medical value. You can say a lot of things about cannabis, but we know that there is at least some medical value, and it is not one of the most addictive drugs up there with heroin, for example. This will take some months. There is still likely to be personal criminality at the federal level from having large amounts. This is just a rescheduling. It does not change that criminal justice framework quite yet, but there's a bunch of different reasons why this is important. Number one, legal and regulatory flexibility. When a drug is Scheduled 1, not only is it considered to have no accepted medical uses and a high potential for abuse, it also limits the ability to research it. When you reschedule a drug to Schedule 3, researchers will have readier access to cannabis. The legal framework for conducting studies on medical benefits and safety will be opened up. Banking and business operations, businesses that deal with cannabis as Schedule 3 will be more easily able to access banking services and business insurance. That's another element of this that we've talked about that makes it really difficult in states where this is legal recreationally or medicinally. Tax implications. Cannabis businesses would potentially have fewer tax restrictions because right now there's something called IRS Rule 280E, and it says that businesses dealing with Schedule 1 substances can't deduct ordinary business expenses. It's not about giving a tax handout to cannabis-related businesses. It's clearly it shouldn't be Schedule 1 and be restricted in that way. And then rescheduling could and it should open the door to reducing the severity of legal penalties associated with possession. There still will be some, but it should look more like the Schedule 3 substances rather than Schedule 1. And also there's the public perception aspect of this. When you recognize, hey, there's some medical utility here, by rescheduling, you can shift public perception, which will have the follow-on effect, more than likely, of leading to further acceptance and further legislative reform, decriminalization, legalization at the state level. So this is a big deal. It will take some months. It may not get the attention it deserves, but another aspect of this with which we can be pleasantly surprised. Think of your most personal emails. If you're using a free email provider, you should know that they're scanning every email you send and receive, even after you delete it. They're usually using the data to build a picture of your life to show you ads, which many find creepy. Our sponsor, StartMail, never scans or tracks your emails. Privacy is what comes first. And unlike other email services, when you delete an email in StartMail, it is gone forever. It also protects your data by blocking tracking pixels in emails, which companies and hackers can use to track you. You can create unlimited email aliases to protect your identity and cut down on spam. You can encrypt every email you send, even if the recipient isn't using encryption. StartMail gives you 20 gigs of storage. That's more than you get on Gmail. And it only takes a few clicks to migrate all of your emails and contacts over to StartMail. Go to startmail.com/Pacman to get 50% off your first year. That's only about $2 a month. The link is down below.